Grab a seat, relax, and enjoy 5 incredible Reddit stories with unexpected twists. My sister turned my daughter's deadly allergy into a joke and laughed while she couldn't breathe. Every 4th of July, my family gathers for a huge barbecue at my parents' house. This year, my sister announced she made something special for my daughter Lily. Lily has a life-threatening peanut allergy. She's been in the ICU twice because of it. My sister made a big show of placing a covered dessert on the table. She told everyone she spent days creating an allergy-friendly dessert so Lily could finally eat like the other kids. Lily was so excited, but when my sister lifted the cover, my stomach dropped. It wasn't allergy-friendly. It was a giant peanut butter pie. Peanut crust, whole peanuts, peanut butter sauce everywhere. The second Lily smelled it, she started struggling to breathe. I grabbed her, threw the pie away, and reached for the EpiPen. And then, my sister started laughing. She said, "You should see your face right now." It was just a joke. She wanted to see if I was actually paying attention. Someone was even recording the whole thing. But what shocked me most was that my sister said Lily's allergy wasn't real because she had never died from peanuts. She even joked about secretly feeding her peanuts someday to prove I was lying. My own family told me I was being dramatic. I grabbed Lily and left before the medicine wore off. So tell me, was this just a horrible prank or something a family member should never be forgiven for? But that was only the beginning. Imagine getting fired because you called the police on someone who stole your $1,800 chair. A man started a brand new sales job. The office chair was terrible, so he brought his own $1,800 Herman Miller Aran chair from home. The next morning, it was gone. He found another employee sitting in it. When he asked for it back, the guy literally told him to get lost. So he reported it to the company owner. The owner's response? Chairs aren't assigned. First come, first served. The employee replied, "I own this chair." The boss didn't care. The next day, the same guy was sitting in it again. So he warned him one last time, "Give it back, or I'm calling the police." The guy laughed. So, he actually called the police. He even had the receipt with the chair's serial number. The thief admitted he took it. The police asked, "Do you want to press charges?" His boss immediately threatened, "If you do, you're fired." His answer? Absolutely. He lost his job. The other employee was arrested. And because of the criminal charge, he could lose the professional license he'd held for 15 years. So, was he justified? Or did he ruin someone's life over a chair? The next story makes this one look normal. Imagine complaining about a wedding, where you don't have to pay for almost anything. The bride and groom were getting married in less than 2 months. Everyone had already RSVP'd, except one couple. After weeks of chasing them for an answer, they finally replied. They said they'd come, but then sent a long message complaining about everything. The 4-hour drive, the black tie dress code, how exhausting the weekend would be. They even said they'd probably spend most of the day hiding in their hotel room and only show up for the ceremony and part of dinner. Here's the crazy part. The bride and groom were paying for everything. The luxury lakeside hotel, the food, the drinks, even the parking. The couple's only real expense? Gas for the drive. So the bride and groom replied, "If it's really that difficult, don't worry about coming." They politely uninvited them and said there were no hard feelings. After all, why spend $1,200 on guests who clearly didn't even want to be there? Now that couple is furious. They're refusing to speak to the bride and groom. So, were they wrong for uninviting them? Or would you have done the exact same thing? Just when you think it can't get worse. Imagine your own friends holding an intervention because they want you to change your legal name. A 21-year-old woman thought she was meeting friends for dinner. Instead, they were all waiting for her, not to celebrate, not to help, but to convince her to stop using her own name. Her name? Moonshadow. It's been on her birth certificate since the day she was born. Her mom named her after a song she loved, but her friends said the name sounded too Native American and accused her of cultural appropriation. She tried explaining that she was actually half Cherokee, But they told her, "You don't look native enough, so it doesn't count." She refused to change her name and walked away. Later, she gave them one last chance to explain. Instead, one friend exploded, attacking everything about her: her heritage, her disabilities, even the way she dressed. That's when she realized the name was never the real problem. She blocked every single one of them and ended the friendship for good. So tell me, would you fight to keep your identity or change it just to keep your friends? If you've made it this far, this final story is worth the wait. Take birth control, or don't expect us to pay for college. That's exactly what one 17-year-old girl's parents told her. She'd been dating her boyfriend for 2 years, but she insisted they weren't having sex, and they didn't plan to. Her parents didn't believe her, so they demanded she start taking birth control before leaving for college. The problem? She didn't want the pill, the shot, or an IUD, not because she was against birth control, but because she was worried about the side effects. She's an athlete, her cycle is regular, and she didn't want anything affecting her health or performance. She explained all of that. She even said that if things ever changed, they'd use protection, but her parents wouldn't budge. Instead, they gave her an ultimatum: take birth control, or we're not paying for college. She felt so trapped that she considered picking up the prescription just to throw it away and end the arguments. Then she revealed one detail that made everyone stop. She wasn't even going to a regular college. She was attending a historically women's college. So, were her parents protecting her, or trying to control a decision that should have been hers alone? There are thousands of unbelievable Reddit stories out there, and we've only scratched the surface. See you in the next one.